Belgian beer, Belgian beer, Belgian beer, and it's a stout. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brasserie, for another Brewski review. And today the beer I had for you guys is from the Dupont Tourpes, or Brasserie Dupont, out in Belgium. We have their Monk's Stout Dupont, which is pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Coming in at 5.2% alcohols by volumes. No listed IBUs here on the very dark black bottle. On the website, anything EBUs, IBUs, nothing listed there. But Untapped, coming in clutch at 40 IBUs. So without further ado, let's open this bottle. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Is it going to explode? I don't know. I don't think it will. Lake Base tulip style glass. Let's give her a pour. See what this stout has to offer. Fairly dark, but not as dark as I would originally have thought. It's about a half pour there. It's not a big can. It is a smaller 330 ml bottle. And looking at the beer itself, fairly dark, not black, not really as dark as other stouts that you get here in North America, or at least in Canada, in Ontario. But this is a deep, I would say, closer to a deep brown, because you do get some ruby tones out of the beer, especially coming off the light. A little bit of ruby tones, nice tanned head on top, looking pretty good. Looks like a color of sand or coffee with cream kind of color on top, but a good amount of head. Can't really see through the beer just because of the darkness of it, but I think it's going to be fairly clear. I don't think it's going to be that hazy. But yeah, looking pretty damn good in and outside of the light. Let's have a smell. So the first bit that I get, it definitely smells sort of like either it's between like a milk stout and an oatmeal stout, just the aroma of it. You know, it's weird. Some stouts you can kind of figure it out. I don't know. Usually, this is sort of the aroma that I get from milk stouts or oatmeal stouts. Definitely more on the oatmeal side of things. I highly doubt it's one of those two, but definitely some characteristics coming from those subcategories. Other notes, a little bit of coffee, more on the dark chocolatey notes, but realistically just roasty. More or less just like a general roasted flavor. Like I said, little bits of coffee, little bits of chocolate popping up. Some dark bready notes as well, but still bold and robust, but not heavy hitting in either of the chocolate or coffee categories. Definitely just roasted, robust roastiness. Slight bready notes as well, darker breads, but pretty damn good. A little bit of grainy notes as well. Yeah, smells very roasted, just like you're sticking your head into a big bag of roasted barley. Let's have a sip. Wow, okay, hi. Oh, whoa, what's going on? I like that aftertaste. Well, that was kind of sour. It was really sour in the end. This beer hasn't gone bad. It's good till next September 2021, which is cool. But I don't know what happened there. That finish was a beautiful dark chocolate, though. That lingering finish was a beautiful dark chocolate, roasted barley. Tasting amazing. But the beginning is what we need to focus on, and that's why I need another sip. So cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah. It starts off roasty, light roast, and then it builds up into a more richer roast. Coffee, chocolate come in, not super intensity like our regular stouts, but there. And then it goes sour. It goes more of like darker, sweeter, or darker notes, like the black coffee, dark chocolates, roasted barley and then moves over and then just turns like a 180 into a bit of a sour finish. Sour, really dark, roasted, dark characteristics, bitter. And then it does that for a quick second, mellows on out very quickly, but you're left with a beautiful, dark chocolate, lingering flavor on your palate. It's not intense, but it's there, and is ultimately delectable. But that big turn of events in here, right as you swallow the drink, sour for like a split second. It's very deep bitterness, and then also a bit of sourness going on, like there for a quick 1-2 second, and then dark chocolate bliss. It's the only thing that gets me on this beer is it builds up, does that twist, and then mellows out very quickly. Overall, so far, I do enjoy this, but it's that change in flavor, that super bitter, super sour almost. No, that sort of makes me just like be like, so what just happened there? Kind of thing. Pretty interesting. Yeah, big roastedness, little bits of coffee, little bits of chocolate, soury sort of deep, bold bitterness mix, and then beautiful dark chocolate, like I'm talking 80 plus cacao, you know, none of that 65 dark chocolate weak stuff. You're getting the real dark chocolate notes out of here on the lingering flavors, which is pretty damn cool. Moving over to the bottle. From Brasserie Dupont, we got Monk Stout Dupont, like we've been drinking, 5.2% ABV, which is really cool. It's a bigger, heavier beer for sure, definitely heavier on the body and the mouthfeel. Still solid amount of carbonation, not making it super thick or syrupy, but 5.2% ABV, that's a perfect ABV for a stout. One, because it's not as heavy in the alcohol, but also two, yeah, kind of just where I was going with that. Not super heavy in the alcohol. You can definitely pound a few back if you would love to enjoy to, which is pretty cool. But looking on the bottle for a description, we have English somewhere here. This is brew and bottle by. Can't read that, but that's okay. I guess no description of the beer. Not that I see, but ingredients. Water, barley malt, wheat, malt, sugar, hops, and yeast. Other than that, it's in a bunch of other different languages, which is pretty cool. We do have a best before date as well, 09/2021, which is really nice as well. But that's pretty much it for the bottle. Very not much of information. ABV, ingredients, best before date. At least there's a best before date. I always love that. But moving over to the website, brasserie-dupont.com, you go to the beer section. You do find the Monk's Stout Dupont. And there's a description, and it reads, "The Monk's Stout Dupont is part of the brewery's Dupont history. Indeed, it was produced in the 50s. The aim is to revive the stout while maintaining the name and the design of the time. Created in 2011, this dark beer is characterized by a dry and bitter taste. The use of roasted malt lends a well-pronounced taste of coffee and chocolate. The hop flavors remain perceptible through top fermentation beer. What? Though? Perceptible though. Sorry, I read that wrong. The hop flavors remain perceptible though. Top fermentation beer with a re-fermentation in the bottle. Tasting notes. To be drank at cellar temperature, 12 degrees Celsius, which mine is not, it's more fridge temperature, but that's okay. Or lightly cooled as an accompaniment for shellfish, sushis, blue cheese, and our cheese Monet Veau." Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A little bit of a food pairing in there, which I really can get behind. But other than that, solid looking website. Kind of basic at the same time though, but does the job. Good notes, description, tasting notes, a little bit of food pairings. Definitely stuff I like to see. Moving over to Untapped, Monk's Stout by Brasserie Dupont has been given a 3.28 bottle caps out of 5. And that's out of a whopping over 16,000 ratings. So that is pretty cool indeed. If you're looking to purchase this though at the LCBO, that's delicious, but it's that. I think it's the yeast in this because it does have that funky characteristic right at the finish. I don't know what yeast they used, but as far as all the stouts I've had before from different countries and from here in Canada or down in the US, there's something going on here right at that finish point where it does give off some of those funky, almost like white winey, almost like musty characteristics, that sour, deep, rich, bitter note that turns right at the end. It's reminiscent of more of a yeasty flavor. So I might be figuring something out, but then again, I have no science or information to back my claims up. So just my guesstimation, let's say. But yes, at the LCBO, if you want to pick up the Monk Stout Dupont, you're going to be paying $3.20 for this 330ml can. That's right, I just said can. I mean bottle. It's obviously glass. Oh God. I'm losing my shit in isolation. But neither here nor there. Overall, pretty damn good beer. That bittery, soury, funky note that I'm getting is the one that throws me off the most out of this beer. But the rest of it, the lingering dark chocolate flavors right at the end, damn good. Can't complain. Choose my final sip, guys. Let's get ratings and wrap this thing up. Brasserie Dupont, Monk Stout Dupont. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got good flavor, big roasted flavors, no real focusing on the chocolate or the coffee. It's just all mixed together, but big roasted barley notes all up in your face, which is pretty cool. Again, that soury, bittery note that you get right as you swallow the beer. Definitely kind of, you're either going to really like that aspect or really hate that aspect. Me, I'm more leaning towards hating that aspect. Again, I'm thinking it's because of the yeast that they use. It does have some of those qualities. Again, I don't know. These are my guesses. I have no information to back anything up. Nothing definitive, at least. That's just what I'm assuming. If anybody knows, please let me know down in the comment box below. That'd be amazing. But the finish, the lingering finish on this, after everything's gone out of your mouth and down in your stomach, the lingering notes of a beautiful, rich, dark chocolate. 80% and up is absolutely phenomenal, and I think that's one of my most favorite lingering flavors that I've ever gotten from a stout. So that's pretty damn cool. Overall, Monk's Stout Dupont gets a solid 7 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I mean, it's European, 100% for sure. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just very basic. Even on the information side of things, there's no description, but you do get ingredients. You do get a best before date. You get ABV. Kind of all it's giving you on the bottle, which is fine. I mean, it's more than some people do, but it's not as much as other people do as well. So we're gonna go with that. That's fine. I'm no real big complaints. The biggest thing, again, brewed on date or best before date or packaged on date is there. I'm happy as a clam. The website, on the other hand, looks good. Nothing super fancy about it, but still good stuff. Good long description of the beer itself, which is awesome. And a tasting note, which kind of also throws in a little bit of serving temperature and food pairings too. I like that. I like that for sure. I don't know what the hell that just was, but I like it. I like it a lot. Presentation gets a solid 8 out of 10. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, maybe it'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, That's going to do it for me, Maple Rouge. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. A little bit of funk with a little bit of salt with a little bit of what? There's no salt. It's just roasted barley. Kinda losing my mind. Cheers.